Yeah. What's good, everybody? Here we are, just holding it down for another edition. Edition 337 to be exact of Hughes Pop's Chair Shots Thursday Night Live. Mischief in the building. And who am I with on this beautiful evening?
You already know, my brethren. It is JP Savage here, awake and live in 4K in 4K.
4K.
Excited to be here tonight. Absolutely. As we talk about this wrestling.
Ooh.
This wrestling.
I like how my window just decided to freak out. But it's all good, baby.
You know, it's all good, bro. It's just your window took Ozempic. That's all it was, bro. It's all good.
It took Ozempic.
It's all good, baby.
All right, here we go. This is me resizing it live. We're doing it live, baby.
You're doing it live.
There's a lot going on live. Have you been watching? Have you been paying attention?
Of course. I've been paying attention. I've been watching. I've been seeing some of the extracurriculars as well, man. LFG's got my attention. Evolve has had my attention. It's been an interesting couple of weeks for the WWE for sure. And I think it has something to do with the European tour, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what people are saying. And unfortunately, people are saying a lot of things right now because the European tour,
European tour?
I thought it brought a breath of fresh air. I thought that fresh. Right? It was a breath of fresh air to watching typical WWE programming, right? Did you not enjoy it? Are you not entertained? Because, for nothing, those audiences were so red hot that I just don't understand how anybody couldn't enjoy it. Did you not?
100%. I think the tour does many things, right? One of the elements that it brings to the table is that you're getting these venues that are packed and people that are probably seeing a Raw, SmackDown, PLE for the first time, right? In person in their hometown or near their home. So that excitement is going to be great. I think for me, it's the viewership on our end. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it being recorded earlier, we're seeing a product now that we're used to seeing live. We're seeing it pre-recorded. So a lot of spoilers come out throughout the day. It's just been a different experience when it comes to how I intake my WWE, right? But that being said, I think it's been awesome for those crowds. I think the wrestlers, some of the wrestlers, being out there have really been exposed to different things that things gonna make their characters grow and experience, and the storylines even better. I mean, even to the point where it wasn't a CM Punk this week that talked about how the travel and the jet lag is already getting to him.
It's a rough. The lifestyle of a wrestler is rough in and of itself, and now having to travel through foreign countries and figure out food and communication, and as wonderful as it is, anybody that's ever been on vacation knows that you need sometimes a vacation from your vacation. That shit is exhausting.
100%.
And so, not to say that they're on vacation, but even when you're chilling, it's a lot of work. So I can't imagine.
It complicates.
It complicates. Sure. There's a certain mental load that comes with having to be so far away, aside from just kicking it off with that jet lag and all those other things.
But there's something to be said, right? And actually, shout outs to I'm saying it as a Giants fan. Shout outs to Taquan Barkley. If you catch his Hot Ones interview, always a great interview on Hot Ones. Saquon talks. They asked him a question about why is it the NFL is able to blow up faster than any other sport on a global market.
CTE.
And why is it that you're seeing that explode? No, it wasn't that. But one thing he mentioned was that playing games overseas, right, in these different countries, allows people to be exposed to the sport, and they gain fans, right? So right now, what they've done with this tour is they've gained more fans. Like for the next year's WrestleMania, you're gonna have more people from overseas coming through. because they just saw it live and they're like, you know what, I need to get my hands on that a little more. I need to get a little closer and to go to the biggest show of them all. Even though now it's getting to a point where you can't even afford it. So
and we'll talk about that in a second. I'm glad you kind of brought that up, but hold on to your horses for a second because I do want to shout out Cute Pics of Psycho online. She said, unpopular opinion, they should not do this again next year when referencing the end of the European tour. You sounded like you agree. You don't want any more of this Euro tour?
I think I don't want it to be a yearly situation. I think because it plays a role as far as the talent. I think, like I said, just the viewership. Maybe I'm being a little bit selfish, I guess.
It sounds like it, yo. Cause honestly, I think you're wrong about everything. Cause, yeah, no doubt, the show is live at 4:00 or ends around 4:00. You have all day to consume it. Don't be a child. Oh, don't spoil it for me. Don't you want to see how you got there? Right? See, if you haven't, like, for all you virgins out there, right? If you having sex, you know the ending. You already know what the ending is going to be. But you have it anyway because it's about the journey, baby. You got to let this play out. You got to let these journeys play out. With the Euro Tour, it brought us the most intense crowds over a period of Raw that already has some excitement. But you know what? When you do these shows in the US, even mediocre shows, they're dead. Here, Euro Tours, yo, you don't even gotta do nothing. Cody Rhodes came out and they chanted his name for like 4 minutes. He didn't have to do nothing. Even though, yo, Cena and Cody ripped it. But I highly disagree. All the reasons why you say this is a bad idea are why it's a good idea. 4:00 Raw. You got rabid crowds. How do you not love that? That is all that is wrestling, are rabid crowds.
Yeah, but rabid crowds also can take over a show, right? And when you're trying to build towards WrestleMania, I think there can be a delicate balance sometimes. Not saying that that's been the case on this current tour. My thing is, this is going to open the door for more tours.
Yes.
Right? So now we're talking about the European tour. We're going to be talking about the South American tour. We're going to be talking about the
Middle Eastern tour. Yeah, no doubt.
The Middle Eastern, the South African tour. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you're going to get. And fine. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm just saying. And forgive me.
A Caribbean tour through fucking the Dominican Republic?
The longest running episodic show, right? That you're used to consuming in a certain way. When that gets disrupted a bit, the experience has changed. That's all I'm saying.
Yo.
Is it okay? Absolutely. Like you said, the crowds have been hot. And when the crowds are hot, the talent performs. So you're always going to want to see that. Now, if you were talking about the Caribbean tour, now we have a different conversation. You tell me I can have a Presidente while we watching WWE, you know what I mean? I'm there twice on a Sunday and once on Tuesdays.
That's how you feel?
Record on Thursdays, you know what I mean?
That is fair. That is fair.
Let them know.
You sounding like you crying, yo. You sounding real soft. Just because
I'm sounding soft. Am I sounding Mandy?
You are sounding a little Mandy, but even more than that, you sounding a little McIntyre-ish. Did you see that?
Wow, don't disrespect me.
Yo, a little bit. You sounded kind of McIntyre-ish. He was talking about Cry Me a River. And shout outs to the USA Network.
I'm a 50 Cent fan as well.
Well, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about Drew McIntyre's spot on Monday Night Raw. He went through real glass, allegedly. In fact, he said that was real glass. It got in my eye. I had another shot at the CM Punk foe. Shout outs to Jack Perry. Shout outs to the USA Network. A Justin Timberlake song comes to mind. Sounded real crybaby-ish.
Oh, wow.
That's what you sounded like, JP. Shout outs to people in our DMs, yo. I ain't opening that right now, but I got you later. Mandy Rhodes, another one. Mandy Rhodes. Mandy Rose, another one. Sound a little crybaby-ish. She had words to share. So talking about we sound funny.
Well, oh, you don't play it?
I mean, we don't have to.
It's so funny to me that the people that never held a championship before are the first to sit there and argue about what counts as a double champion.
So you have thoughts about this. What counts as a double champion, and does she count as a double champion?
So the context too is, I think, is important, and like we don't know all the details. We don't know what led to her wanting to have this response to the situation. Now, I can feel her being slighted at the fact that they called, Stephanie Valkyrie the first double champ, considering that they called her that once upon a time too, when she united the UK NXT champ with the NXT championship. But I wonder what was said. Like, it has to have been something in her DMs. I mean, even just reading the comments of the social media post where this was found, this article, people already saying, you sell your bodies to simps. Who cares about your opinion? Like, this is the type of shit that people are saying already. I mean, which is crazy. Crazy. Like, sometimes, like, wrestling fans are pieces of shit.
Sometimes? That's crazy. You gave a lot of credit sometimes.
Dude.
But but really, is she right though? Is she a double champ? That's what's at question here, right? We'll ignore the noise, right? Because honestly, what are we talking about, right? Like,
well,
respecting the craft and what it is, I'm not even gonna pay that the attention that it doesn't deserve. But was she a double champ?
Well, she won. She was a NXT champion, and she beat out the UK NXT champion and united the titles.
Which was then
a defunct show.
Is Roman Reigns considered a double champ?
Why the title?
Was Roman Reigns considered a double champ?
Roman Reigns had both.
Was he a double champ? That's what we talking about, right? Were we out here calling him a double champ?
What?
Were we out here calling him a double champ?
Yeah, double champ. Who, Roman Reigns?
Yeah, man.
You were breaking up. Bro. What you want me to tell you?
Yeah, Roman Reigns.
Lagging.
I gotta pay that bill.
What about his double champ ass?
Is that you consider him a double champ?
He did have both titles, no? At one point. And then they unified it and then split it up again. And now it's unified again? Isn't that the situation?
And then they split it up again one more time, one more again?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the problem. We don't know. We don't get to realize what's the double champ anymore. Because the last double champ besides Roman Reigns was who? Daniel Bryan?
There you go. Well, I don't know about double champ, but I do know somebody that just became a dad.
Dominic Mysterio?
What are you talking about? Talking about Zillify 2. Congratulations to him becoming a dad. Naming his son Umaga, which I thought was fire. Right next to the tat on his chest of his dad.
Chef's kiss right there. This post about that for sure. A beautiful thing. And how easy now the family tree continues to grow. Holy shit, bro. This kid grows into his world with the name Umaga and already has a contract ready for him as soon as he's ready.
Like, Triple H already signed his ass.
Crazy.
Good for him. That's
know what I'm saying? You know how like in colleges they do that?
Child
certain
scholarships?
Colleges, certain certain classy universities as their former alumni have children, they offer scholarships to their child.
Legacy.
So that's pretty cool.
Legacy scholarships.
I'm pretty sure if WWE did that, yeah, legacy contracts, yeah. I mean, listen, it's a good bit to hash. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying nepotism.
Genetics are a thing.
That's what you into. That's what you
Oh,
want.
absolutely. The world runs on nepotism. Come on now. That's what it is. It's not what I want. Clearly, it's never been what I want. Because if it's what I want, I've been a whole foot taller.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, JP, but here's one thing we can give you. We can give you Evolution and Night of Champions. According to WrestleVotes, the Night of Champions will be held in Saudi Arabia on the 28th of June. It's the only PLE this year in Saudi Arabia, which I thought was interesting. They're only doing one this year. But Evolution 2.
Especially considering how much money they made.
Right. You would think that, that would be like a lifetime situation. But they're going many a times out there. So we got that, and we got Evolution 2.
I'm assuming the European tour probably played a role in that too, for sure.
In what way?
Scheduling wise.
Like, so that
just the commitments. You know what I mean?
Yo, you don't think if the Saudis throw a billion?
Because how many PLEs? No, but how many PLEs were there in your European tour right now?
Nah, it was just it was just Mondays. What you talking about?
No, I'm talking about PLEs. How many have there been on this European tour thus far?
Internationally? I don't know, but every time they've done it, it's been hot.
During this tour?
I don't know. You asking me questions. You want me to have the answer.
So all they've done is Raws and SmackDowns?
Yeah, bro.
So all they've done is Raws and SmackDowns. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There it is.
And that's why.
Awesome.
So what's that got to do with Night of Champions?
What I'm saying is, you asking me why they only got one Saudi Arabian event. I don't understand why we complaining about it. Keep it moving. Let them have one. That's enough.
What about Evolution? We got Evolution.
It's a mystery.
Yo, every time. Diablo loco. So we seeing them make a comeback.
So Evolution, I'm excited. It's kind of crazy. It's been, what, 7 years since the last Evolution?
It's been a minute.
How long has it been? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, bro.
The promising the fuck? Yo.
How about Monterrey as the next site of an international
Monterrey, Mexico?
PLC? Yeah, Monterrey, Mexico. Backlash, which is an easy pay-per-view to have.
I'm with it.
Anywhere else, right? We're gonna do Monterrey, Mexico. I think that shit is fire. Most likely in 2026, with the European tour, with France, with Puerto Rico, with what we've seen, with even for what it's worth, Saudi Arabia and their crowds are usually hot. So going international, I think is how WWE grows its already massive market share. Except that they have to reach into untapped markets. And when you look at WWE and their global reach, international PLEs are the thing. Like, you've got to lean into that. And there's one huge market that we've heard that they've been trying to tap into, and that's India. First ever PLE in India for 2026 or 2027. Huge. Great Khali wins the title.
Huge.
Hands down. Just give it to him.
You down to go?
Nah. No, thank you.
That's a trip.
Not to India.
That's a trip.
Hit me up with the Caribbean trip.
That's dope.
I'm down for that.
Right. I'm down. I'm sure old school's down though. No, once again, it's a beautiful thing to see them branch out to all these different places, man. And people and populations that have been fans for years get to see it up close in their hometowns. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And once again, remember what this also does, man. Every time anywhere WWE goes, they also are training local talent, scouting, right? So this is an opportunity for exposure on a grand scale, especially now, as big as the conglomerate of WWE is when it comes to the Evolve, the LFG, when it comes to NXT, when it comes to OVW, there's so many now, obviously with TNA partnership. Like, the opportunities are endless, man. It's just more exposure, more opportunities, and WWE is showing that they know what they do. The ball's given to them.
I'm
Because
aggressive.
NXT's
I'm aggressive
working.
because
My bad. So
I'm aggressive.
we're gonna aggressively keep it moving as we see WWE's aggressive global imperialistic stance on the wrestling world. We're also gonna talk about some of this Swerve fallout. Right? We all know what Swerve talked about on Vlad TV, and he talked about a little bit of everything, but pretty much everybody had something to say about it. I mean, don't get it twisted. Swerve is taking his platform on Vlad TV and saying, well, I'm going to talk about everything that I feel like it. And in doing so, yeah, you're going to start some shit with people you're going to want to start some shit with. AJ Francis being one of those people. Not really holding or mincing his words. So let's just jump right into what he said, AJ Francis, in return to
stand up for my people. Come on,
Swerve.
man, that's some bullshit. That should be pissing me off because it's like, to me,
shout out to
it's like,
Adrian.
ain't that what you want?
Adrian
that what you want?
CLE93.
You want your friends to help you out,
Like, y'all
hold you down.
y'all wanted me to see B-Fab get fired and then be like, huh, chalk it up to the game. No, that's corny as fuck. That's corny. I'm not a corny ass nigga. I'm not a lame. That's corny. When me and B-Fab and Tahuti was in them trenches all the time, coming up with concepts that we wouldn't even get to use, storyline ideas that were ignored, hours upon hours on the road. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I appreciate the
I'm
shit
supposed to
out
just
of
be cool with her being
AJ
gone.
Francis.
And clearly, she's back and doing everything.
I'm gonna jump forward.
Somebody asked Vlad to ask Swerve why Tahuti and Brianna don't talk to him.
Oof.
So
Woo!
I'm the bad guy.
Mm,
Why is it that me and her and Tahuti was talking today about this foolishness? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna. Where's my phone? And I'm gonna be right there.
Let's bring out the
Say it
receipts.
about me or anything that I've done.
Yo,
I think it is.
here's the part that kills me, yo. This is my favorite part of the whole interview, right?
Oh, I got some shit to say about them too. So stand on it. You got something to say about me or anything that I've done? Stand on it. Say it with your whole chest, capital letters. Say it, and I'm gonna be right there to address it. Fuck out of here, man. These niggas got me fucked up. I done been too successful in too many different avenues to give a fuck about what these cornballs think about me.
Woo! Does not mince words. JP, what are your
Just
thoughts?
cutting throats. Yo, it's great to see this side of him, raw, uncut. And obviously, man, everything that Swerve was saying, man, it struck a nerve with multiple people, bro. And if you think about, his energy, it's similar to the energy that Booker T came out at him with. You know what I mean? Booker T confronted him in person, and I was like, "Yo, like, what are we talking about here?" And you obviously you heard what Booker T had to say about the situation.
That's right. Booker T was not mincing his words either. All right. Oh, it's a different Booker T post. But Booker T was out here talking about basically he's one of the ones that paved the road. He's not going to tear another black man down. He's always going to talk about like keeping each other up. And he basically said, yo, you got played. Yo, you got played. So as Swerve is out here getting manipulated into talking mad junk, Booker T's like, yo, I got an opportunity to go on Vlad. I did not do it. I am not going to get played into saying a bunch of clickbait ass shit. And you know what? When he saw him, like you said, he had the conversation as a man, like, according to him. So stand on business is what this episode should have been called. It's stand on business. And I want to keep that theme going, right? Because we saw
and before we move on, it's interesting to me too, like when you talk about the racism, etc. Specifically he called out Booker T. Not so much about when Booker T said the N-word towards Hogan, more about Booker T hearing Vince say that to John Cena, and he walked by him. Or no, he said it.
Just say that. Yeah.
No, he said it to John Cena, and Booker was passing by. He was like, "What the?" Right. Right. So, Booker mentioned he's like.
Song is so loud. That part. So wrong and so loud. So I wanted to talk about someone else who's so wrong and so loud. We're gonna touch upon this craziness that showed up online, right? We got Ase in Vegas, right? Which is a traditionally African American programming, right, if you will, the target demographic. We got Wale Mania, right, in the same vein, and then we got this piece of crap on social media.
Wow.
Hopefully TK institutes a company-wide ban from going to these ghetto events. AEW wrestlers should not attend these racist events due to anti-AEW guests and awful companies.
Wow.
The way this tweet has gotten trashed online gives me hope for humanity. The way the internet community, they tolerate a lot of bullshit, but on this, they stood on business. So I appreciate this week. Standing on business is what it's about, because we're not going to allow people to come out here and speak out of the side of their mouth talking about these ghetto ass events. What you really trying to say? Say it with your chest. Because you ain't saying that to nobody. They ain't going up to them saying that. They ain't going up to nobody saying that. They saying it from the keyboard.
That's the problem.
Battlefield that they've created. So stand on that business. But shout outs to Wale Mania. Right, enough of that garbage. Shout outs to Wale Mania on Netflix. How
It's going to be on Netflix?
That. How about that?
Damn, son. You know what's crazy, bro? They hijacked the whole weekend, bro.
Yeah.
The whole fucking weekend.
Wrestling is
Easter on top of that.
Weekend.
And remember, there's a post-show, there's a roast happening after WrestleMania, the last night. Like, it's never going to end.
WrestleMania is Easter. That's going to be the
WrestleMania is going to be as long as Cory Booker in his speech the last couple of days.
You talk about racist mania? Is that what you were going to say?
No. Cory Booker speaking for 25 hours straight.
Oh, word.
That's what WrestleMania weekend is going to be like.
Shout outs.
That's what WrestleMania weekend is going to be like.
Yo, shout outs to hydration. How many cups of water did that man have? Yo, but speaking of, and that's how you stand on business. That's just a different way to stand on business.
That's how you stand on business.
Right? We will talk a little bit about Eric Bischoff standing on business.
I ain't got 25 hours of shit to talk about.
Well, if you were following politics right now, there's plenty to talk about. But Eric Bischoff and Dave Meltzer, yo, for real, there's a lot of sexual tension. It's just what it comes down to. There's a lot of sexual tension between.
They need to go see Diddy.
No. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do not go to a Diddy party. Eric Bischoff and Dave Meltzer.
I bet you there'll be no more tension after that.
They are.
It'll just be sexual.
It's the drugs. But what I found interesting is how often they get at each other's necks. They for real, they remind me of Bert and Ernie. Eric Bischoff. I'm putting that shit online, bro. I don't give a fuck. Dave Meltzer got to stop talking shit, bro. They both got to touch grass. They're arguing about how Nielsen ratings are measured and whether or not Nielsen ratings accurately capture people who are falling asleep. What are we talking about? You talk about wrestling, or y'all talking about whether or not your TV counts you as alive or dead? Fair.
This how you know it's petty.
Yo, if this
This how you know, like,
this
if
is
you-
where we're at, when we're talking about wrestling to this degree, like, nah,
that minuscule of a rationale.
go do something. Go do something, because that shit, this is not healthy behavior, JP. This.
Not at all. Not at all. But you know what? It's fucking hilarious. Because you know what? Fuck Meltzer. Esa cara de huevo. You know, it's just interesting because it just shows you who respects Meltzer, who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and kudos to Meltzer for what he's done in the business and his how he staked his claim in the industry, but his takes are kind of crazy. You know what I mean? He's lost his touch a bit. As antiquated as we talked about Vince, I think Meltzer is in the same boat. Who knows? All I'm saying, Meltzer, Epstein, we don't know.
What? What? Yo, speaking about talking shit, shout outs to Linda Hogan posting a video on Facebook saying her family's a mess because of Hulk Hogan. Yo, God don't like ugly is what is happening.
Nope. She said, "Let me double down on Hogan right now." That's crazy. But not for nothing. If you do read what she was talking about, I will say it is sad. She has not even met her grandchildren. She hasn't talked to her daughter in 6 years apparently. It's kind of crazy. But you go into the comments because you got to do a little hurdle into the comments every time, and people start mentioning, that's what happens when you end up fucking her best friend or some shit like that. Remember, she was dating that young thing, and that kind of like messed up the relationship. So I don't know, man. It's a tough situation all around, but yeah, we didn't need to see that. The years have not been kind, and it comes off very Karenish.
It's super Karenish, bro. Like, yo, just like.
Did you? But you know what's even worse? Did you see Hogan and his girl watching the video?
Yes, that's what's on screen.
You want to talk about petty?
Yo,
oh boy,
Hogan out here
boy,
being a wild boy
with his American beer.
Screw him, bro. Fucking racist. Time to talk about racist.
Right.
Why wrestling gotta be like this? Let's talk about good stuff.
I don't know, man. But that's the thing. It's a reflection of life, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so it has to be that too, because that's what life is about. And that's reality. More reality than we ever thought. Shit. Come on now.
Yo, that truer words were never spoken. More reality than we would have thought is the truth. You know what's real? You know what's real? Real sad. Gail Kim. Legend.
Gail motherfucking Kim.
Legend in the business.
Robert Irvine's wifey.
She got let go by TNA. She had some words for the people on IG. Basically talking about how, let your passion lead you, and there should be more positions for women in leadership, not less. So Gail Kim is definitely a legend in the game, a mind in the game. I find it kind of crazy because TNA's biggest bag was its women's division. Like, TNA's women's division has always been strong. Always been strong.
Always.
So for Gail Kim to get the boot like that is crazy to me. I don't even.
Well,
understand.
it's interesting the words she utilized. Remember, Gail Kim was a producer of matches in TNA. I believe she was also at times a gorilla position. We just talked about evolution. She would be a perfect person to bring in to constructing that card, what that looks like, help produce those matches to make sure that PLE is the best it can be. So that next year, we're not waiting 7 more years to get another evolution. Next year, we're talking about how we're going to one-up the evolution, how it turned out this year. So Gail Kim will be an interesting face to bring into anything that the WWE is doing now, whether it's LFG, whether it's Evolve, NXT. The Mae Young Classic is going to happen at some point again, isn't it? Like, let's take opportunities and run with it.
I like it. WWE has so much content right now, like coming up, that she could do exactly what she did for TNA and keep it moving in any level on WWE programming, whether it be NXT, even though the NXT women's division is strong, whether it's like SmackDown or Raw situation, like you said, LFG or not LFG, I'm
And
sorry, Evolve.
And you know why this would be a great move for her too?
Mm.
Because depending on how the impact is, this will help her chances to get into the Hall of Fame. Being back in the WWE universe, you know what I'm saying? Being involved on screen, whatever the case may be, once again brings her into the mind because people forget that she was with the E for a while. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a nice opportunity for sure.
That is a fantastic point. You know, I didn't really think about that, and wow, that is a great point. It actually segues beautifully to Ken Shamrock being one of the names discussed for the Hall of Fame. JP's like, I don't even know what I did, but Ken Shamrock,
I did.
Ken Shamrock, top of the list. How does that make you feel?
It makes it feel like my ankles hurt. I'm excited for Ken, man. I know Ken was going through some hard times in previous years, so this is obviously an amazing opportunity and an amazing accolade. And you know, I'm a firm believer. Let's give people their flowers while we can. So, and Ken Shamrock provided us with some great moments. I think he blended the line between real and fake when it comes to the wrestling world. Bringing somebody in like Ken Shamrock kind of legitimized what the Attitude Era was all about. He had some dope matches with Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, The Rock. I mean, he had some classics, right? I wonder though. I know he held the Intercontinental title. I know he probably the European title. He might have been a tag team with the Lethal Weapon at some point, maybe, but never a world title, correct?
Nah. But he was the kind of character that didn't really necessarily need it. He was always a threat, but like,
right.
There was Stone Cold, there was Rock, there was Triple H, there were so many big names, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker.
Goldust.
Not quite in the same vein as all these other folks, I guess.
No, but did he have some classics with Goldust? Or am I confusing Goldust with Roddy Piper?
You might be. I love his work.
I'm confusing Roddy Piper with.
I love his work as part of the corporation. I love them as that enforcer, alongside of Boss Man, usually.
Yes.
Great career. So him being in the Hall of Fame, not really a surprise to me, quite honestly.
Sure.
Before you said I'm gonna feel old or some shit like that, so I'm gonna make you feel real old right now, and then we're gonna talk about some sad shit. Look at this ticket. WrestleMania 3 lower level was $30 stinking dollars. For $30 stinking dollars, WrestleMania 3, you could have sat at the lower level. 30.
That's crazy, bro.
At WrestleMania.
That's not even enough for Grubhub anymore.
Yo, that shit's crazy. Which is really like about, they're calculating $84 in today's dollars.
And that's right? Before tariffs, bro.
Adjusted for inflation. Pre-tariffs. Pre-tariffs. Don't get it twisted, yo. Don't get these tariffs out of line, bro. Now let's talk a little bit about these prices real quick. We look at WWE. 41 is the most expensive WrestleMania of all time. That is not hyperbole. It is so expensive. It is looking to be the least attended WrestleMania of all time.
Wow.
Yep. What are your thoughts?
See that right there, that's messed up then, because you know, in the way that they changed the set and the presentation of the WWE, the narrative was we want to make sure there's enough people, as many people as possible in here to be immersed and appreciate the product. Now you're making it so expensive that people are not there. It's going to be worse for the product. But I think it's you know what I think what it comes down to is that we have to realize who here goes to the Super Bowl.
I mean,
Not many people we know, right?
that's
Because the Super Bowl tickets are
true.
crazy expensive, right? WrestleMania is WWE Super Bowl, right? So the fact that the prices are going up should be expected. The more the value of the WWE goes up, the more the price is going to go up. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
as we've come to learn and,
And with
find
T-
out.
And with TKO as your umbrella, the price is going to go up. It's going to skyrocket, some would say.
Oh, well,
You like that?
That makes it so inaccessible. It's crazy. Like to look at this to look at WWE and be like, damn, like will I ever be able to afford this shit again? Am I ever gonna be able to go back to
But remember, there's something to be. There's an allure to the exclusivity of it as well. You know what I mean? The sheer fact that it's expensive and a place to be, people will pay that money, bro. Think about when we've been to events, and there's families that have the whole first front row with little kids and whatnot, and they're paying guap, bro. I'm talking about stacks to sit at this event. No problem.
yo, my kid asked
People will
me
show up.
if my kid asked me for that shit, like, yo, I want to go to WrestleMania.
No more games. No more kayfabe.
Better start
The word,
staging.
I've won 34 tag team belts. Who gives a damn how many fake belts you want? If you don't draw money, you get fired around here. No more.
That's crazy, right? Hulk Hogan just being
That's
whack like
insane.
that. But that'll be me.
But-
Yo, this shit, I'm gonna be like, yo, this shit is fake. Don't be going to that shit. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to see none of that. That'll be the first thing, yo. We'll talk a little bit about people saying off the cuff shit. And I gotta shout outs. I gotta shout outs. Homeboy, Mikey Speedball, Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey was talking a little crazy. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. He said Ricochet is one of the best promos in AEW. Who made him
Who's trying
say
to
that?
fuck?
Who made him say
Who's
that?
trying to fuck Samantha?
Nobody.
She's a married
Who
woman
made
now,
him
bro.
say that?
She's a married woman now. Why would he say that? Since when? What? Give me an example. If that's what they've utilized against him and AEW. We know the mic is in your strong suit. Wasn't that somebody recently just said that to him?
Bro,
That's
'cause
crazy.
It's not. That's
What is Mike Bailey watching?
so. My man gonna get the biggest chair shot of all time. That's what I'm thinking. Yo, but we had mentioned. Nah, go ahead, JP.
So what you're saying is he didn't read the script.
He didn't read the script. He didn't get the memo.
He didn't do the intellectual. He didn't do the intellectual prep work to understand the angle.
He did not understand the angle.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. 1,000%.
Got it.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm glad you're positioning us in this direction. There's a lot of things I don't understand clearly. There's I never claim to know it all. But what I don't understand is NXT this week. Stephanie Booker, double champ, right? She's the one that grinds Mandy Rose's gears. Relinquish the North American Championship. She's just giving it away. We're not gonna storyline this. We're not gonna
Relinquish
find.
it?
She's just giving it away. And
They
we're-
never give a reason either, right?
Nah. She's gonna relinquish the championship, and there's
Women's
gonna
North
be.
American champion.
Yep. There's gonna be a ladder match for the North American Championship. Why? Why give it to her in the first place? Why even walk this path? Why?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Especially considering you have so much talent you're already pushing, which is why you're doing the ladder match in the first place. Why not just go in that direction from the beginning? Unless they thought somebody wasn't ready. Remember this. Has NXT been traveling on the European tour as well or no?
Nah.
So I'm wondering if they needed the star power. With Stephanie Valkyrie being I don't know. But that's kind of weird. You only relinquish the title when you're moving to another program or you're injured, right? Or they don't want the strap on you anymore.
Excuse me?
I don't know. What? That's like Sean Spears. Look at the role he played when it comes to Ricky Saints.
Yo, hey, you on it tonight, bro. You on it tonight. Ricky Saints becoming the new NXT North American Champion. Thanks to Vaquero relinquishing it. No, I'm just playing. But, it makes sense, right? It makes sense.
Ricky Saints, bro, doing well. Dope match last night, or on Tuesday, I should say. And he's finding his groove at NXT. Shout out to Sean Spears, man, for making that night for him. I mean, his first title in NXT. Something he's been, we've been watching Ricky Starks since he was in NWA, the hourly show. During the pandemic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's in front of a live studio audience. And he was doing work then. And to see his progression, obviously things didn't go well in AEW. And you know what? On your journey, on your path, not every stop is going to be butterflies and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Every experience, the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the Yellow Brick Road. And now for him to be here at NXT, beautiful thing. Not only that, but he's also getting to work against people that he's worked against in AEW and other promotions. Because not only did he beat Sean Spears, who he worked at AEW, and mind you, AEW, Sean Spears came to AEW already with experience from NXT, and now to have Ethan Page attack him at the end of NXT, about to challenge him for his North American title.
Right.
Ethan Page, again, another person who was just in the AEW locker rooms. This is great for Ricky Saints. It builds up an opportunity for him to legitimize his title reigns and really push him up the card, legitimize him as a main eventer. Because in order to do that, that means he's going to be going up against who? Trick Williams, Javon Evans.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? And these are some quality participants right now. Obafemi, you think Ricky Saints is ready for that yet?
Nah, well,
I don't know.
Who's ready for Obafemi? Like, ain't nobody ready for Obafemi. But
That's
what I wasn't ready for
might go through like a Samoa Joe situation where he's just gonna have to leave.
Well, that's yet to be seen. But one thing
He's
I
got to get
wasn't
pushed
ready
up
for,
at some point.
I wasn't ready for these chants.
And Paige just stole the spotlight from
Tony
Ricky
fumbled.
Saints.
As Ethan Page attacks Ricky Saints at the end of
What's it say?
NXT, Tony fumbled, in reference to Tony Khan allowing Ethan Page and Ricky Saints to walk out that company and into NXT to be what will arguably be two of the hottest stars on NXT television instantly. Ethan Page, I've been singing his praises for years now. You talked about Ricky Starks, but Ethan Page has been one of my favorite wrestlers for a minute. Because I think he's got it, and he just hasn't had the opportunity. This is a nice place to be right now. And this attack after the show with the crowd cheering the way they were kind of solidifies it for me. Not to mention Ricky Saints, no slouch himself. A little while ago, though.
Not at all. But he was slouching a little bit when he was in the crowd, kissing these women, making them faint while he's tightroping the balcony seats. Ooh yeah.
Yo, why are you the way that you are, yo?
Because, bro. Because
Ooh,
Rochambeau. Rochambeau, baby.
Rochambeau.
Rochambeau. All I'm talking about is beignets, baby. Beignets.
Bengay?
Beignets.
Shout outs to. We talked a little bit about the Hall of Fame previously, but one thing we forgot to mention is what is arguably the biggest news coming out of the Hall of Fame this week. And that is that WWE, the rumors are true, WWE will now begin to induct matches and moments into the Hall of Fame. The first inductee being Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart from WrestleMania 13.
Let's get it. Love it. The Crimson Mask.
Am so psyched about this new wing in the Hall of Fame. Wrestling, if nothing else, is about moments. It's about creating moments, things that will stick to you for the rest of your life, things that leave an imprint on you for your entire life. Anytime Sable came to that ring, I was imprinted.
100%.
Every time you hear that glass shake or you see the static on the Titantron and you hear DX, you hear If You Smell, like those moments, electrifying as they may be, stand out and they stand the test of time. And to have a wing in the Hall of Fame to kind of solidify those moments is just exciting as hell. When you look at the Hall of Fame, to me, the Hall of Fame is boring as shit. Older folk get to go up and tell their war stories. You get to Google some, you get to see some packages. You get to see some video montages put together. But at the end of the day, you don't get the full moment or experience. This is going to be the most fun part of the Hall of Fame. Every year we're going to induct 1 or 2 moments in the Hall of Fame. We're going to be replaying those moments for weeks. That's going to be fun. Watching this over and over again, the Crimson Mask, that is going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm really excited about this.
Excited is crazy. I wonder what the barometer is too, to figure out exactly what are the moments that you're going to capture, because I mean you have so many moments to think about, but you also have promos, you have matches, you have backstage scenes. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can qualify to be a Hall of Fame moment. I wonder what's being decided. How is that being decided?
Yeah, well, what is the criteria, in essence? Because we've got to know. I got to understand. Because we got to come up with our own list. WrestleMania 17 main event notwithstanding. I think that we've got to watch the whole NWO invasion, honestly. All those matches were type fire. Stone Cold, Scott Hall, Rock, Hogan, Cody Rhodes' favorite match of all time. All of that is just... There's just so much depth there to explore, and I'm really excited about it. Is that
very nice? Do you happen to know who how did the votes for the Hall of Fame happen?
It's all internal decisions. I think they decide internally who they want to.
So it means it's going to be a similar experience to what it is already.
In that what?
It's like you're just adding. We're just adding to it essentially.
I guess.
Like for example, right now, like
what?
You guess?
Yeah.
If what? Mama Quavo?
I guess we're gonna keep it moving to this WrestleMania night 1, night 2 extravaganza, a 4-night extravaganza. But per WrestleVotes, this is the current lineup for WrestleMania. What are your thoughts? We got night 1 headline, the triple threat between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. We've got Tiff Stratton and Charlotte Flair. We've got Gunther and And that will more than likely be it for night one. It seems like night two is going to be Drew McIntyre and Priest. It's going to be Logan Paul, AJ Styles, which low-key I expect to be a really good match. I expect that to be a really
100%.
good match.
I mean, listen, the card is
yeah, Io Rhea and Bianca Belair, and then Cena, Cody Rhodes, which is what the one would call the main event. But you were saying, yeah, this card.
No, this card is stacked, man. And after what we just saw this past week, it's hard for me not to be excited for what many probably thought was a throwaway match, or a match where like Jay is kind of dropping the ball to a certain degree. I mean, obviously, it could be part of the work. But yo, what Gunther did to Jimmy this past week, bro. Levels of healatry, sadisticness, and honestly, like, to see Jay's face of defeat, he was defeated because he couldn't do anything, was great, man. And as far as the story arc, to get the Cinderella moment, to get that underdog prevailing against all odds, is a perfect opportunity for him right now based on what just happened. Perfect opportunity. So I hope the Yeet movement continues strong. And yo, shout outs to Gunther for being a hell of a heel.
That's true, man. Gunther's been killing it. I love him on LFG. I think he's been a great addition to LFG. He's got a great level of insight, but Gunther is just a G all around. He is G in the ring. He gonna take the slap. He gonna take it. But I think it's time we take it to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's time we talk about our HPC of the week. Brought to you by, insert your sponsorship here. I'm just saying, you know, that could have been you. That could have been you. But it ain't.
It could have been.
But it ain't. You know who it is? Kyle Fletcher. Yo, there's this interview Kyle Fletcher did with GKW Wrestling.
Alongside a guy like Takeshita.
And he talks about Takeshita.
Oh, man. My husband Takeshita, what can I say about him? He's beautiful for one.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice cock on him too. I mean, I'm kidding. Takeshita, what can I say about him? He's beautiful for one.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice cock on him too.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Yo, that shit had me dying when I heard that shit.
Like, did he drool while he said it too?
That's crazy.
I heard a little bit of salivation.
That is crazy.
Wait, was this a joke or is this legitimate? Like an item? I don't know.
You think he's actually commenting on his member? Is what you're implying?
I have no idea. That's what I'm asking.
I think that's just not for you to know.
Are they in a relationship? Is that a thing?
I don't think it's any of your business, really.
That's fair. I don't want to know. I know enough. Too much now.
Yeah, I know too much. Yeah, honestly, that shit's crazy.
I already have enough time pronouncing the name. I don't need anything else to ruin that image. Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot. But you know what else is a lot? Is the official Cult of Cornette. Right? Shout outs to James Vanderbeek for putting this up. But the Cult of Cornette posted this. He complained about Moxley getting the spikes on his back to Max. To which Max said, "Man up, toots." Max was essentially like, "Yo, stop crying about this. Is this Cult of Cornette behavior approved or what? What we doing with this guy?"
So this is bullshit. Like to write a complaint, yo, as Queasy, we talked about this segment. I mean, obviously it went viral, right? It broke the internet because why, Moxley, after driving 13 hours, having to drive another 30, why put yourself through that? Especially considering it's not a PLE, it's not a pay-per-view event. But to write to Max about the nature, like, really? That's what we're doing?
That shit is
I'm glad Max
soft,
responded the
yo.
way they did.
That shit is soft. I appreciate that they're gonna stand on their business. Everybody's standing on business this week. That's
You know what I'm
what
saying,
we're
man? That
talking
should have been
about.
the title.
That should have been the title. What a missed opportunity. I had a pop of the week. Real quick.
What's your pop?
Right here. This segment right here with Tony Storm and Penelope Cruz. Penelope Cruz. Penelope Ford. This shit is not loading my internet.
Dynasty.
I will be leaving with your tits in my purse.
Excuse me. Toma coño pa que no vea nada. Mama, what?
Now, that was beautifully timed.
That was magnificent.
But was it that or the slap that Jimmy gave Gunther, the best one?
I don't think we need a best. They were both really good. They were both fantastic. I thought that this moment was more like, holy shit, even though Gunther did get smacked.
Is it safe to say that both of them served their purpose?
Yeah, I would say so. I would certainly say so. Especially considering that they both got an oh shit out of you.
Right. Because that's what you want to elicit some reaction, right?
Absolutely. And it did get a reaction. I do want your reaction of this, though. What do you think about this conspiracy theory? Shout outs to Justin S of OK. All right. Free conspiracy theory for your podcast. Triple H, Shawn are booking so many three-ways on WrestleMania weekend, so the top results for Triple H, Shawn Michael WrestleMania triple threat isn't Chris Benoit. That's a crazy conspiracy theory, considering that there's mad triple threats. There's mad triple threats. The crazy.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of The Invasion. If you remember, like right after WCW was bought out, they tried to incorporate all the talent as much as they could from both companies. So everybody was a triple threat match.
Yeah, that shit was ass.
It was ass.
Of course. That shit was ass. Well, speaking of ass, that's all the time we have for you this evening. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be breaking it down even further, especially on this road to WrestleMania. We got big announcements coming up. Big announcements, so you got to tune in next week. And 10 count till 10 told. JP, tell them where it's at, baby.
You already know. Heels, Pops, Chair Shots, HBC Bad Guys on IG, Twitter, TikTok, your mother's underwear drawer. Everywhere you want to get pleased, the bad guys will be there. Good night and thank you. Arrivederci. Buonasera.
Foco.com for all your officially licensed merch. Use promo code HEEL10. HEEL, HEEL10. Let's go.
10.